And he said he could do it, but he had to do it. It would have to be early. And
Wait, power move.
Yeah.
What a pro.
It'd have to be
There's
early.
a pro tip for everyone.
Say you're busy in the afternoon because
Hey, everybody, and welcome back.
hello.
You know, Steve, I think I just need a different intro. I feel like I do the same thing.
Maybe one day I'll do it first.
Hey,
I'll
there
do
you
it.
go.
But I'm every time we try to do it, I fucking choke at the beginning, the beginning part.
Well, we're not doing it live, so it's possible. Maybe for my Christmas present on our next episode, our Christmas episode, maybe as my gift.
I'll do it.
You can do
that's
the
it.
intro.
For Christmas, I will do the intro.
All right, done. We probably should just get right into it because we have an action-packed show.
Every week we say it.
We just can't not deliver.
I know that's what it is. I just feel that every week we just find the best things to talk about.
All right, Steve, let's not hold them up.
It's not dilly-dally.
Well, let me dilly-dally for 1 second.
Okay. Never mind. Take that back.
I read this post on Reddit in the podcasts. People were asking, not podcasters, it was just people who like podcasts. Mm-hmm. So I kind of look into that to go, I want to keep my thumb on the pulse of podcasts.
Yeah. Since we're in the industry,
right.
We want to make sure that we're part of it.
And one of the topics someone proposed was, what is the biggest thing that will turn you off from a podcast in the first couple of minutes?
Is it that it's two guys that
two white guys in their 40s bullshitting about dicks? The biggest complaint was if the hosts do not get into the topics of the podcast fast enough.
Okay.
So I guess enough rambling.
No, enough bullshit.
There was a few counterpoints to that said, if I really enjoy the podcast, over time I learn to like the people.
Uh-huh.
And so I enjoy just hearing them talk. Is comforting.
That's how I feel. I usually, podcasts I listen to, I like when the hosts like banter back and forth, and then because it makes it feel like it's just it makes it feel like people are having a conversation.
Yeah, it's comforting, especially most people. I think podcasts are a very solo. Like very few people I think listen to a podcast in a group. Like, hey everybody, let's be quiet and listen to this.
It's not like The Sopranos,
right? So it's most of the time people are listening to podcasts by themselves. And I would say most time if I'm listening, I'm in my car by myself. And so you can mindlessly drive somewhere and not think about anything. And so, for that, I want to believe that our listeners just like to hear us talk.
They just love us. They love to find out what's going on in our lives.
In the same way that talk show hosts, like late night talk show hosts, are very carefully selected because the mindset of most people watching late night talk shows, you're watching them in bed, in your bedroom, and it's a very intimate thing. Like you're allowing this person into your bedroom.
That makes sense.
And so they have to be like so squeaky clean. Like Jay Leno, like you never heard anything of Jay Leno outside of the Tonight Show. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't be like someone who has like just a rough around the edges. They had to be like a picture perfect person.
Diddy's not gonna
have his late night show. Occasionally, I think Pornhub puts out their annual, semi-annual, or centennial list of top searches per state.
I love when they do this.
And
it is the end of the year. So
yeah, all the data has been gathered. And some of it's so interesting, the different states' top searches. And I think you'll be shocked in a couple of them. And some of them make total sense, and some of them are just like
I can't wait. I get excited when this list comes out.
You know the saying, someone is only normal because you don't know them well enough. And I think that is true, especially when I think there are no more guarded secrets than someone's porn search history.
Yes, because probably 90% of the time you're watching that alone. So no one knows what you're looking at.
It is solely yours.
And even that 10% that you're maybe watching it with your significant other,
you're going vanilla.
You go vanilla. You go vanilla.
Speaking of vanilla, there are a few vanilla terms that are deemed not cool anymore. And let's kick off the show real quick before we get into all these juicy things with a little, just a little G-rated.
Yeah, let's put the tip in a little bit.
Yeah, the top 10 phrases that need to be retired forever, according to this group of people.
Yeah.
And let me know if you've ever said, I know I've heard all of these. Let me know if you've ever said it,
Okay.
And these are not like, number one is not necessarily like the top phrase that needs to be retired. It's just the list of the 10 phrases.
Yeah.
Number one, I did a thing.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I've never said that.
I think that I'm in agreement with, like, let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
And I think that number two, it's a total white thing. I've never heard a black person ever. Actually, I don't think I've ever had a black person say any of these. So it's probably just all white, like all white phrases that we need to retire. Adulting.
I think I've said that before.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? I hate myself that I did. So I agree with getting rid of that too.
All right. So we're 2 for 2.
Black people don't say.
I don't know if black people say adulting.
I know dads don't. The black dads. I said low-hanging fruit.
That joke censored itself. I'm not crying. You're crying.
I've never said that.
I think that's an internet saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When you see
that frog cartoon person with like the pouty face.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, never mind.
Number 4, I'm just going to leave this here. I don't really understand that one so much. And
yeah. Is it supposed to be like a mic drop moment?
Probably.
I don't really hear that too much.
Yeah. And
but you know what? Fucking get rid of it.
Right. Number 5, I don't understand either. This.
That's it? This?
Yeah, we'll skip over
It's
that.
a word.
Yeah. You can't retire
a
single
retire
word.
a word.
Number 6, so that happened.
Oh, I don't like that. That's a white person thing.
Oh, for sure. Number 7, my person.
Oh, I had this on my person?
Like, this isn't my girlfriend. This is my person.
Oh, well, I don't like that either.
Fur baby, number 8.
All right. I know there's a lot of people out there that love their animals and treat their animals like people. But when I hear the person refer to it as their fur baby,
it just gives you a little bit of ick.
Oh, yeah.
Which also I feel like should be retired. That word.
It just puts a little, like a gut punch where I get a little angry. When
you feel like just a little separation from that person.
Yes. And you know what? By all means, I'm all for you love your animals. I think you should love your animals.
If you're going to get an animal, sure.
Yeah, you should love it. But when you say my fur babies, it's just fucking annoying.
Number 9, all the feels. That kind of goes along with the I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah.
And number 10, the struggle is real.
I don't like that saying, but that one's okay.
That one is probably the one on the list where I would go, there's times I could say that and it'd be appropriate still.
Yeah.
I'm going to add one more to this list. And you ever heard somebody say, I'm that guy, or he's that guy?
Oh, yes.
He's not that
I'm
guy.
The guy. Yeah.
I don't really like that either.
Trying to be alpha.
Yeah. Like let me force that in.
Yeah. Trying to let you know that they're the best at what they do.
Let's move on to the juicy shit.
All right.
Relax your anus. You ever see that?
try to relax your anus.
The United States top relative searches according to Pornhub.
Can I try to guess them?
Yes, and the criteria as how Pornhub deemed this, which I think is quite obvious, but terms searched more often in each state when compared to all others. Let's just go to Washington State, all the way on the West Coast. The top search term.
Cosplay.
Milking.
Is milking where people lay on the table?
Oh, like Little Dicky, Little Dicky scene?
Yeah.
I think that is milking, yes.
That is milking.
Because your dick hangs down like the nipple,
udder.
like the udder of the cow. Yeah. California.
Gay?
Friend's mom.
Oh.
Nevada is maybe the stupidest one on this list. What does Nevada search for?
Las Vegas.
Yes, that's it.
Oh,
Their
really?
top search is Vegas.
Shut up, really? Probably they're looking for the Bunny Ranch videos.
Arizona. You're never gonna. Not in a million years.
I have no idea.
Navajo.
Really?
Is there a lot of Navajo porn?
I don't know.
Colorado foot job. North Dakota lesbian strap-on.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now that is interesting because
they're like a super
very conservative
up
state. Yeah.
And they want gay strap-on.
That's always the case.
Yeah.
With those, like in Ozark.
Right. God, Alaska is got to be the most oddly specific.
Outside.
Anal dildo. All right, let's get closer to home. West Virginia.
Stepmom.
Fat woman.
Really? That doesn't surprise me either.
Illinois, ASMR roleplay. And I know what ASMR is, but I don't know how that pertains to roleplay.
Where they're like,
like when someone's just talking and
like the sound, like.
Oh,
things.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. Iowa, work trip. Such a
work trip. Dumb.
Yeah. Wisconsin is P.
It's cold there, and the Green Bay Packers have yellow.
So Pennsylvania and Maryland has to be. We got to step up our game.
Is ours boring?
Yeah.
Missionary.
Pretty much girlfriend.
Oh, I'm so disappointed in Maryland. They definitely don't look at the searches in this room.
And Pennsylvania isn't much better.
Mom?
Naked women.
Naked women? That is really boring.
But that's the only one that actually makes it make sense because there's so much Amish. They don't even know what to search for. So when they get a hold of the internet, they just go naked woman.
Yeah, it does make.
Now, the Northeast, it gets a little interesting as we go north. So New York is Turkish.
Oh, that's interesting.
Connecticut, queef.
Really?
Fucking queef.
You remember that girl?
Okay, let's round out this list. Fucking Rhode Island, wedding.
Oh, that's boring.
Fuck yeah. Massachusetts, face sitting. Okay.
All right.
Warming up.
Getting a little bit better.
Maine, Harry Bush.
Oh, that is surprising. I feel like that would be overall all of the 50 states. That would have been the least searched.
Yeah. Oh shit. Literally. New Hampshire, enema.
That's fucking gross. New Hampshire. Any listeners we have in New Hampshire, you're fucking gross.
Ohio, cuckold. Cuckold.
All right.
Missouri, grandma. Louisiana, ebony BBW.
That doesn't surprise me.
South Carolina, wife BBW.
Wow.
Georgia, ebony homemade.
Right.
And Tennessee, chubby MILF.
Tennessee's chubby milk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh. Okay. Last one. Oregon, furry.
Oh, like the people who dress up?
Yeah, that's hard to get off to.
That's almost the cosplay one.
Yeah, okay, so I would give you that.
So I have recently watched a documentary, Lily Phillips.
I've heard the name recently, actually.
And it is I Slept with 100 Men in One Day.
That's how I heard the name.
She is an OnlyFans model.
Okay.
And she decided to take on a task that few women have done.
100 dudes in one day. 100 dudes in one day.
Do you remember the porn star who like banged like 300 dudes?
Yes.
At one time in like the early 2000s, maybe.
I do remember.
Her name was Jessie St. Clair or something
and
like
she
that.
did.
So I was like, oh, well, 100 guys isn't that impressive. That one girl did like 300 in one day. Come find out that video that they sold of her banging 300 guys was really just 30 guys that they just replayed it over and over. Like they replayed the scenes over and over again. So,
because they were just showing dicks.
Yeah, or they would show like it from a different angle, and by the time you're watching it, 30 and 60 probably don't. You're not keeping track.
You don't recognize that dick from 20 dicks ago.
Yes. So she never really did. It was a whole big fraud.
Fucking hoax.
And I was a little disappointed about it.
The hoax.
I know. But this documentary goes on. It builds up before Lily Phillips decides to go for this task.
So did the documentary start like after she had said, okay, this is what I want to do? Or were they kind of like doing a documentary anyway? And then she just said, hey, why don't I bang 100 dudes?
I think because she was going to do this bang 100 guys that she the guy who did the documentary, it's like something James Peters or something, he decided to do the documentary about it. So building up, like, since she's going to do this, he just decided he follows her like 5 days before.
Okay.
So it's not really too far out of the realm. Like as soon as she did it,
I had heard from like other women who did gangbangs that if they wanted to bang, like, I don't know, pick a fucking number, 4 dudes, 5 dudes, I guess it's all the same.
Yeah.
That she was like, I would have to invite 15 dudes because 2/3 of them won't show up.
Yes.
And then,
yes.
Another certain amount won't be able to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you might get into it, but if she banged 100 dudes, like how many dudes did she actually sign up to bang?
So we'll get into that.
Oh, okay.
We'll get into that. So she...
And who bails on a gangbang anyway? If you're the dude that's going to do it, like sign up to do it. Like
I know. And it wasn't even a gangbang. So, but...
Was it like a one pump?
No. So we'll get into it.
I got questions.
They start off the documentary by... why would you do OnlyFans and all this stuff? And she said the first time she signed up for it, that she shows her first, she has it all in spreadsheets and things like that. Her first month that she did OnlyFans made $35,000.
It's hard to turn that
and
from the average person.
And she wasn't really doing anything crazy. So
is she nice looking? Like, is she attractive?
Yes, she's attractive.
Okay.
So she, hold on.
And do you have her age, roughly?
No, I don't have her age, but that's her.
Okay. I mean, she's, yeah, it looks like she, I don't know, Italian white girl, maybe?
She's
a little bit Italian?
She's British, but,
I mean,
you still have different nationalities.
That's not even close.
But, so she started making money, and then she starts getting a little bit more like risque with what people will send her, pay her like $300 to talk them into like they want to jack off, and she would like they want to be humiliated or something.
Whatever
like that.
they wanted, whatever kink they were into, she would do it.
She would do it. So the documentary starts off where they're explaining her history, and she goes into her room and starts pulling out all the dildos she has. She had one that was a fucking street cone.
It wasn't just a street cone?
It wasn't it was a dildo, but made to look like a street cone.
What? I mean, I'd imagine that's a large one.
It was maybe as tall as our microphone stand.
So about 18 inches?
Yeah, and then it just kind of like went out like a street cone would.
Jesus.
So I was just like,
God.
I was like, wow, that's
if you're using that, I gotta bail.
I know.
If I saw that, if I was signing up for the gangbang and I saw it, I'm like, damn, honey.
And then they were asking her, is there things that you wouldn't do or requests you've had that you felt that were
crossing the line?
Weird. And she said that she had a guy request that she put a plastic bag over her head and act like she was dying and masturbate while she was being like, God.
Dudes have the most fucked up fetishes.
That's why that fucking Pornhub list was so like, I'm like, this is the shit they probably try to cover up. They start searching girlfriend over and over again. And then, but it is just, people are just fucking crazy with the stuff they wanted. So they do like her history. She shows that. They show her make a video. And then it goes into the task of, her getting,
like the logistics of getting it done.
Her getting the 100 guys. So what she did was sent out a TikTok post. She shows her phone. She takes off so that the notification, and you just watch these notifications coming.
Just start streaming in.
Streaming in. So the person had to hold up a picture of them with their driver's license so that she could make sure they were over 18. Because 40% canceled.
Okay. I was pretty close.
So what happens is each guy comes in. They had a security person to make sure they're not nothing else crazy. Nothing crazy goes down. And then she would be in the bedroom. Each guy had 5 minutes.
Oh, that's a long time. God, imagine being the first dude. You fucking thought you hit the lottery.
They interview the first guy. And he was actually, someone canceled, and he said he could do it, but he had to do it. It would have to be early. And
wait, power move.
Yeah.
What a pro.
It'd have to be
There's
early.
A pro tip for everyone.
Say you're busy in the afternoon, and because so many people were canceling, they started to become desperate that they needed people. So by the end of it, guys were coming in, having sex with her, leaving, and then when they're leaving, they're like, "Do you have any friends that you could call right now that would want to do this?" And then people were like calling their buddies.
Dude, you want to bang this chick?
Jim, you'll never believe what I did, and you can do it too.
So she's just laying there the whole time? Is it missionary?
So, that's a good question. When she finally finishes, the film crew's allowed to come back in and interview her. And
stuck to the bed.
She took showers in between. After so many guys, she would take a shower. She would take showers. She comes out and she says the room kind of smells. And they open up the door of the room. The cameraman starts gagging because it smells so bad. Because it's just...
Oh, man.
Just the smell of that act going over. And there is just condom wrappers all over, condoms thrown on the ground.
Think about the caliber of guy. You're going to get your young frat boys who just want to put their dick in anything.
Yeah.
And then all the typical normal dudes that are in that age range are probably hooked up with a chick.
Yeah.
Or married or a kid. So then you either have these old dudes or these really freaks.
Yeah, there was one guy that flew from, I want to say it was from Finland, and flew in, landed that morning, then went and had sex with her, and then was flying back out.
Because his wife thought he was at work.
That's probably what it was.
Now, was there any of them that was she took my virginity?
There were some that, because some of the people to get selected, they would tell stories. Just right. They're
it's kind of like American Idol, where they show the backstory,
yes.
the broken down home, from them. Yes. They just want to make it big.
Yes, and they would say I couldn't think of a better way to lose my virginity than with you, my favorite. The guy would come in. She would just stand up and be like, "Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you." You can put your coat, I have hangers over here to hang up your clothes.
Oh, this was small talk.
And you can take off your shoes. And then she'd be like, well, what do you want to do? What positions do you want to get in? She couldn't have been riding dudes. She would say, usually I would start off and I would blow them. Okay. In order, to get everything ready. And then the guy was like, did you do it with a condom? And she was like, no, I didn't do it with a condom.
Condoms are for pussies. Yeah. Literally.
And then he's like, but when they actually got into the act, she made them put on a condom. But they could finish anywhere. She said, just not in my eyes or anything. And the first thing she said, they asked her how she's doing. She's like, I'm okay. She's like, I'm sore. My eyes really hurt because the guys kept coming in her face and on her eyes.
I mean, face I can see. Like that's like from a little boy, you're taught come on the face. You see that, like
yeah.
Just like little girls are taught to have a big wedding.
Yeah, that's what guys are taught to do. And then the realization started, and then the dark music comes in, and she starts crying. She starts crying.
Of course, because now it's done, and you think, hey, we're going to this is going to be, we're doing something.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're making this production. I'm going to break a record or whatever it is, and then when it's done, you realize nobody fucking really cares, and you just banged 100 dudes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still feel the same, but now worse.
She was upset that she couldn't make every guy finish. So she would give
him a coupon for another round.
She was like, I just wanted to make everybody happy. And then she starts crying about that. And then people are like, you only gave me 3 minutes. Because they were doing a lot of talking and things like that. Sometimes she would forget to start the timer.
I mean, I don't know, man. 5 minutes, she shouldn't feel bad about that. That's not what she should feel bad about.
Yeah.
That's the agreed upon. I got 100 dudes to run through me. You get 5 minutes is a long time. I thought they were going to get like a technicality, every dude gets one full pump and then on to the next guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just for it to count.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be basically an assembly line like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like a big turntable, and they just turn her a little bit.
Yeah.
Turn her a little bit.
And it was just a naked guy. It was just
boom,
one guy.
Boom, boom, boom.
But no, it was just that you would sit in this room. They would say, you're next.
Yeah.
And then you...
Now, no fluffers?
No fluffers.
Wow.
No fluffers.
See, that's where she went wrong.
And she said that some guys could not perform. And they would be like, can I come back later? And they're like, yeah, you can come back later. If you have any friends too, just bring them back with you. And just because they were trying to make sure that she got to 100. So it took her from 9 o'clock in the morning until after 7. To get through 100 guys. 100 guys.
I mean, that's 10 straight hours of fucking.
Yeah.
That's not appealing.
Yeah. And it had to end up being so boring to her.
I mean, after dude number 4, you would think. I mean, okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. You and your significant other, you have a marathon. Uh-huh. The kids are away. You're at a hotel. I mean, when it comes to the actual act, nothing before or after. I mean, if you want to be proud of yourself, an hour of straight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half. That's you're burning rubber at that point. So an hour and a half. Let's say that. I mean, that's top. I think that's got to be top for most men. 95% of men aren't banging more than an hour and a half at a clip.
Yeah.
Okay. So she can bang 20 dudes in an hour. So that's 30 dudes.
Okay, yes.
So she did 3 times that. I mean, God, she had to be rubbed raw. I know.
She said,
"What lube?" That's what I want to know.
She said she got it from Diddy's house, but she went. Yeah, she just was able. She was able to pull through and accomplish her goals.
What a time to be alive!
I know. 2 weeks later, it came out with a post that she wants to break the world record, and she's going to do 1,000 guys in 24 hours.
Oh my god! Guy strip. I mean, all seriousness, that appeals to me zero.
Yes.
It doesn't even move the needle.
I'm spent.
Thanks for hanging out to this crazy episode for Baltimore's best podcast, Inappropriate. I'm Jim.
I'm Steve.
And we wish you a great holiday week.